everyone, and welcome back to Tea Talk. This is a forum where we talk about teenage issues and how to cope with them. It's been a long time since I last updated this channel, and I'm so sorry that I was so busy this month. I was preparing for some Christmas carols with the kids from my hood. But anyway, let's move on. It's been 9 months and 5 days since the first case of COVID-19 was announced here in Kenya. Due to the virus, learning was suspended. This has affected many people negatively and some of them positively, especially the teenagers who aren't busy at school. Sadly, during this lockdown, some teens have lost their innocence. Some have done drugs for the first time, some have committed suicide, some have gotten pregnant, some of them have gone for house parties and gotten arrested, but many of them have learned during this season. Like for me, I've learned how to cook many delicacies, how to do many chores in the house, and also I've started Tea Talk during this season. That's a very big accomplishment for me, and I hope it's been a blessing to you and you've learned something. Approximately 150,000 girls below 19 have been impregnated during this season, according to the National Health Records. I know these are girls, but who impregnated them? Some of them are their fellow teen boys. Due to this drastic increase in the awful behavior in teens, today I will talk about peer pressure. This big word, peer pressure. I know you've heard it from your teachers, from your parents, from your family members, from your mentors, from your school, from your church. But what exactly is peer pressure? It is the influence that peers can have on each other. It includes influencing their peers' behavior, attitude, and values. There are two types of peer pressures which I'll talk about today. Let's start with negative peer pressure. This is the type that is most common and most dangerous. It is experienced by most teens around the globe. Making friends is very important in our lives, but trying to fit in a group can turn sour. Giving in to peer pressure can leave you with a feeling of guilt, shame, regret, and embarrassment. Most teens give in to negative peer pressure because they want to feel accepted, to feel more grown up, and they fear to offend their friends or to be ridiculed. The individuals who experience negative peer pressure get a loss of confidence in one way or another and start depending on the confidence of their peers. This affects their lives for a very long time. They may become indecisive and confused when they become adults. The academic performance of such teens declines because the teenager is under pressure and will be forced to adapt to a more laid-back attitude. They also adapt to dangerous behavior in order to feel accepted in a social circle. They start doing drugs so that their so-called friends accept them. Negative peer pressure can lead to a communication gap between parents and the teenager. This is due to more comfortable open up to their friends than their parents. Examples of negative peer pressure are talking someone into doing drugs, into listening to secular music, into skipping school, into not studying, adopting vices like pride, dressing indecently, and also into sexual immorality. Let's move on to positive peer pressure. This type of peer pressure is known to be the best and is the most common and is mostly applied to people who surround themselves with peers who lift them higher. It increases one's confidence and helps one to become a better person. Most of these peers have either the same values of an individual or have better ones. Examples of positive peer pressure include the pressure to avoid drugs, the pressure to study, and the positive traits of honesty, kindness by a teenager after listening to their peers, and also the pressure to avoid sexual immorality. As Proverbs 13:20 says, "Keep company with the wise and you will become wise. If you make friends with the stupid people, you will be ruined. As you have heard, make sure your friends are those who are wise, because it will impact your life in a very, very positive and good way. Now I want to give you ways on how to cope with negative peer pressure. Number 1, say no like you mean it. Don't say it as if you're not sure. Take your stand and be bold. And if you're not sure, say I don't know or let me think about it. When you say yes to others, make sure you're not saying no to yourself. Number 2, stick with your values. Don't let them be eroded by some sort of peer pressure. To do this, you can also have friends with the same values. It's not hard to make decisions once you know what your values are. Number 3, you can rely on your parents, trusted adults, guardian in most cases, if you need advice or information in a particular area in your life. Number 4, don't do things to please others or to be accepted. Do what you think is right according to your heart and mind. It is better to walk alone than with a crowd going in the wrong direction. Do what you feel is right. As Ralph Waldo Emerson said, to be yourself in a world that is constantly making you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Make sure in this festive season you don't get involved in negative peer pressure. Stick with your values and please don't try to do things that your parents wouldn't approve of and what you will feel guilty about. Please don't give in to negative peer pressure. Please subscribe to my channel, share this video, like the video, and comment about any other topics you'd want to talk about next time. And this is a shout out to Thyro Minor for commenting on peer pressure. So I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye!